Thomas is a tank engine who lives at a big station on the island of Sodor. He could eat a whole bowl of alphabet soup and then vomit up the vowels and consonants separately. He could speak 7 languages, but unfortunately he was disliked in all those countries. Then along came Sir Topham Hatt, the man in charge of all the engines on the island of Sodor. He once claimed the most difficult thing he ever did was to take a shit in a phone booth without removing his overcoat. Sir Topham Hatt said, 1, 2, 3, push! What a bunch of pussies, said Sir Topham Hatt. We shall take away your rails, he said, and leave you here until you're ready to come out of the tunnel. Something I really don't like is that stop-action animation junk. Why don't they can that shit? It's fake-looking, and it detracts from the story. When Henry had got up steam, he puffed out. He was dirty and covered with cobwebs. Oh, I'm stiff, he groaned. Good, stay the fuck out of here, said Sir Topham Hatt. The signalman ran up. Hello, Thomas, he said. What are you doing here? I'm looking for an antique lamp sticking out of a clown's ass, said Thomas. James's driver and fireman were feeling him all over to see if he was hurt. Help, Mommy! The man is touching me like Daddy does at home! I'll show them, he thought. They think Gordon is the only engine who can pull coaches. Fuck 'em. You have a leather bootlace there, said the conductor to a smartly dressed man. Please give it to me. Oh, it is, huh? Well, fuck you. That I'm afraid the train will just stop where it is. The passengers all said what a bad railway it was. Then they told the man how bad he was instead. All right, don't give it a shot. I know you're sorry, James, and I know, too, that you want to be a useful engine. People are laughing at my railway, and I did not like that at all. Take your fucking railroad and stick it up your ass, said James. We want our money back. I get tired listening to this shit, said Gordon. How about you, huh? Fuck these people. Who do they think they are with their goddamn 3-piece suits and their fancy eyeglasses? The conductor will tell us in a minute. They waited and waited, but the conductor didn't come. Beep, beep, beep. Where's the conductor? Whistled Thomas. I will personally go to his house and beat the shit out of him. Masturbation is not illegal, replied the conductor, but if it were, people would probably take the law into their own hands. And remember, this is Mr. Conductor talking. I know what I'm talking about. Every time he met another engine, he would say, I want to fish. But they all had the same answer. Engines don't go fishing. Fucking cunt dork. Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see. Certainly, Inspector, replied Sir Topham Hatt. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. Someone defecating. They had a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips. That was good, said Sir Topham Hatt. But you want to know some real gourmet food? Toasted snail penises. And Thomas began to cry. Don't let me hear you crying or I'll come up there and give you something to cry about, said his driver. No wimps, no pussies, no softies. You got stuck in the snow. I took your passengers and Terrence the tractor pulled you out. I can't tell you how happy you would make me, said Thomas, to someday drive up to a flaming auto wreck and see you. There was Bertie waiting at the traffic lights. Apparently you have to pay attention even at the red lights. I thought surely they were for resting, said Bertie. You know, drive a little, rest a little, drive a little, rest a little. Seemed that way to me. Guess not. It's shameful to treat tender engines like this. It isn't amusing. It's precious half-wit bullshit. The engines had decided to go on strike. The station master came in. There's no train, and the passengers are saying this is a bad railway. Why can't people just go somewhere and fuck for 3 or 4 hours, said Sir Topham Hatt. People ask me if I have an email address, and they say www.fuckyou.com at blow-me/up-your-ass, said Sir Topham Hatt, and they seemed to understand. He went to a workshop, and they showed him all sorts of engines. At last he saw a smart little green engine with 4 wheels. That's the one, he thought. If I choose you, will you work hard? Big bats down to 1-5. 5 overcross up the thingo. Nose, baseball, hieroglyphics, hopscotch pouch. Inevitably, 2, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8. I with the 2, 2, 2. 3, 4, 5. Down here, Mother. We're all home now. Sir Topham Hatt felt exhausted. "Fuck that," said Sir Topham Hatt. "What a noise." They carefully made his fire, putting large lumps of coal like a wall round the outside. "Holy guacamole, my ass is burning," complained Henry. "How are you, Henry?" "Beep, beep, beep. I feel fine." "Fine," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Bullshit, nobody's fine. Hair is fine." "How's your hair?" "Fine. That makes more sense to me." The driver and fireman were drinking cocoa in the caboose. "Hey, guys," said the conductor. "Did you get your balls caught in the toaster when it was turned all the way up to dark brown, and your wife was trying to rub butter on your balls, and your pit bull was in the kitchen and he really loves butter? Oh, it's an awful feeling." He screamed straight through the station and disappeared. "Whoa, holy shit, look at that maniac go," said Edward. "Ah, "Well done, Henry," laughed his driver. "Fuck those kids, and fuck their parents, too." "Come on, Grandfather," cried the children. "Do look at this engine." "That's a tram engine, Stephen," said Sir Topham Hatt. "May we go in it, Grandfather, please?" "Would someone please explain to me the supposed appeal of having grandchildren?" said Sir Topham Hatt. "I don't get it." "Say, Justin," said Sir Topham Hatt, "how's that science project coming along?" "Fuck you, Dad, you simple-minded prick. Mind your own business and pass the Fruit Loops. Engines going on public roads must have their wheels covered and a cowcatcher in front." "Fuck you, I don't do that," said Thomas. "Don't forget, if you refuse to cooperate, Mr. Policeman will beat you to death." "Bullshit," said Thomas's driver. "We've been along here hundreds of times and never had an accident." "That makes it worse," the policeman answered. He wrote "regular lawbreaker" in his book. Thomas puffed sadly away. "Fuck that lame-ass cop," said Thomas. Topham Hatt was having breakfast. He was eating toast and marmalade. "Eat your fucking cornflakes, you cocksucker!" "Listen, cunt, I'm tired of your meddling." Sir Topham Hatt was enjoying hot porridge for breakfast. "Fuck you, you cunt," he said to his wife. "Keep fucking with me, little dick." The butler came in. "Excuse me, sir, you're wanted on... Get the fuck out of my life." "Leslie, the way we're acting is crazy," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Let's put all this petty personal stuff behind us and act like professionals. What do you say?" "Good idea. I agree." Then he set off to catch his train. Sir Topham Hatt was having breakfast. "How would you like a nice tongue sandwich? It's made from slices of a cow's tongue." "Are you fucking trying to make me sick?" said Sir Topham Hatt. "Well, how do you know you don't like it if you've never even tried it?" "It came to me in a dream." Sir Topham Hatt was having breakfast. The butler came in. "Tonight we have the marinated bat nipples on a bed of lightly sautéed panda assholes." "Honey, did he say bat nipples or cat nipples?" "I'm allergic to bat nipples," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I think I might go with the free-range penguin dick, or the deep-dish moose balls. How about you?" "How the fuck should I know?" Sir Topham Hatt was having breakfast. "Honey, did you fart?" "Not me. I thought you farted." "Not me." "Wait a minute, I know. The dog farted. Look at him. Look how guilty he looks. He knows he farted." "I'm sorry, my dear," he said to his wife. "Thomas is in trouble with the police, and I must go at once." "Don't forget to lick his asshole." "The law is the law," he said, "and we can't change it." Sir Topham Hatt felt exhausted. No one should ever do anything to help the police. "In any way," he said.